Abi, pila na ka mga rada. Number 3. Multiple choice problem. Number 3. Detroit-based Auto Corporation purchased ancillaries from a foreign firm. From a foreign country or foreign firm on December 1, 2024 for 1 million foreign currencies when the spot rate for one foreign currency was 0.0095. On December 31, 2024, the spot rate stood at 0.0096. January 10, 2025, Auto paid 1 million FCs acquired at a rate of 0.0094. Auto's income statement should report a foreign exchange gain or loss for the years ended December 31, 2024 and X5 of. So let's begin with 20X4. Date of transaction, December 1, 2024. The rate was 0.0095. The balance sheet date, December 31, X4. The rate was 0.0096. So we have the foreign currency exchange loss. Foreign exchange currency loss per foreign currency is 0.001. And we multiplied that by 1 million. So the foreign exchange currency loss, the foreign exchange currency loss for 20x4 is 100. Is 100, and it's a loss. In 20x5, the balance sheet date, December 31, 20x4, the rate was 0.0096. Date of settlement, January 10, 20x5, the rate was 0.0094. So there's a difference of 0.0002. That's your foreign exchange currency gain. So you multiply that by 1 million. It gives us the foreign exchange currency gain equal to 200. So in number 3, the answer is B as in boy. We go to number 4. On November 1, 2024, Denver Company borrowed 500,000 local currency units from a foreign lender, evidenced by an interest-bearing note due November 1, 20x5, which is denominated in the currency of the lender. The peso equivalent of the note principal was as follows. Okay, I'm now in number 4. Okay. O diin na tong iban, wala ka mo kabalik ha. Number 4. In number 4, we have now, okay, in number 4, the answer is letter C. The balance sheet date, December 31, 20x4, the rate is 125,000. The date of settlement, July 1, 20x5, when the amount date repaid is 140,000. So there is a foreign currency exchange loss equivalent to 15,000. That is letter C. Next, number 5. In number 5, the question here is, the journal entry MM should make to record the collection of this receivable is. So, on January 15, your entry is to debit foreign currency units in the amount of 300,000 foreign currency units in the amount of 300,000, debit exchange loss for 15,000, and credit accounts receivable, the local currency unit for 315,000. I'll repeat the entry on January 15. Debit foreign currency units, 300,000. Debit exchange loss, 15,000. And credit accounts receivable for 315,000 pesos. Collect foreign currency receivable and recognize foreign currency transaction loss for changes in exchange rates. So we have now the January 15 value of 300,000 taken by dividing 900,000 by 3. So you get 300,000. And the December 31 peso equivalent of 315,000. So the loss is 15,000. Now in number 6, the spot rate on the date of transaction is letter C. In number 6, we use the spot rate on the date of the transaction. So we have the inventory debit by 9,200. Number 7, the spot rate on the date of the transaction. The inventory should be debited by 34,100. So number 7 is letter A. We go to number 8. July 1, 20x4 peso equivalent value of 120,000. And then the December 31, 20x4 peso equivalent value of 140,000. So we have 840,000 divided by 140,000. That's the equivalent of LCU. 6, okay, divided by 1. So, on July 1, 20x5, the peso equivalent value of LCU. So, we now get 840,000 divided by 8. 840,000 divided by 8. Divided by 8. So that gives us 105,000. 140,000 divided or minus 105,000, we have the foreign exchange transaction loss in the amount of 35,000. In the amount of 35,000. So number 8 is D. It's a transaction loss. We go to number 9. Number 9, the question is, interest on the note is 10% per year. In SS 20X for income statement, what amount should be reported as foreign exchange loss? So we have now the amount of 21,000. That's equal to 6,000 plus 20,000 plus 1,000. So that makes 27,000. So we now have the solution 6,000 plus 20,000 plus 1,000. Now we have the answer to number 9 is 21,000. Okay? Now that's for 27. 27. So the answer to number 9 is Letter D as in dog. D as in dog. Now we go to number 10. Number 10, the question is, uh, in its income statement for the year ended December 31, 2024, CC should report a foreign exchange gain in the amount of. Now, why do we have a gain? Here, we have the amount of the gain should be recorded by a debit to accounts receivable of the foreign currency unit and credit foreign exchange gain by 5,000 and credit foreign exchange gain by the amount of 5,000. Take note that in number 10, the receivable is recorded on October 15, 20x4, when the goods were shipped, not on September 1, when the order was received. So the receivable was recorded on October 15. That was the time that you debited to accounts receivable when the goods were shipped, and not on September 1 when the order was received. So we have on in number 10, considering that we are asked for the amount of the gain. In this case, we now have debit to accounts receivable 5,000 and credit foreign exchange gain in the amount of 5,000. The difference between the receivable is only 100,000, but the settlement by the debtor was 105,000. So it was a difference of 5,000. You first have to debit accounts receivable by 5,000 and you credit foreign exchange gain. So we have now letter C. Number 11, uh, TT should report a gain of. So what will be the amount of the gain that should be reported? We are now dealing with the accounts payable account. The accounts payable account. The accounts payable account has the following credits. On April 8, X4, 6,000. Taken by multiplying 10,000 by 60 cents. So on April 8, here, we have 6,000 credit taken by multiplying 10,000 by 0.16. Next, on December 31, X4, we credit 5,500. That's taken by multiplying 10,000 by 0.55. Then finally, on March 1, 20x5, you multiply 10,000 by 0.45. So you get 4,500. The total of the credit side is equal to 16,000. Okay? For the total of 16,000. How about on the debit side? You have an adjustment of 500 and 1,000 for the accounts payable debit of 1,000 and credit to foreign exchange gain and credit to foreign exchange gain. Actually, in number 11, the problem is asking for the year ended December 31, 20x5. TT should report a gain equal to 1,000. That is at the end of 20x4. So, bali, wala na bearing ang 20x 5. Wala na bearing ang 20x 5. So you have there 5 as the liability. The settlement is only for 5. So you have a credit to gain in the amount of 1,000. Next, in number 12, the problem is asking for, in number 12, in its December 31, 20x4 income statement, what amount should CB report as a foreign exchange gain? So in number 12, the answer is letter B. The amount of 9,000 taken by multiplying 300,000 multiplied by the difference between 165 and 162. So 300,000 times point 0.3. 300,000 FCUs, and then you multiply that by zero point 0.3. How did we get zero point 0.3? That's the difference between 1.65 and 1.62. 1.65 and 1.62. So the difference is 3 cents, and then you multiply that by 300,000. You get the result of 9,000. So in number 12, you have it as letter D. In number 13, um, 13, on its August 31, 20x4 income statement, what amount should Madison Paving report as a foreign exchange transaction gain? So in number 13, the date of the transaction was July 7. The date of the transaction with the rate of 2.08. The date of the transaction with the rate of 2.08. The balance sheet date is August 31. August 31, when the rate was 2.05. So there is a difference of 0.03. Actually, it's a gain because the equivalent as of the date of transaction is higher than that as of the balance sheet date. So we have 0.03, you multiply by 350,000 in foreign currency, that will give you 10,500. So in number 13, you have letter C. Number 14, the question is, what is the final recorded value if the two transaction method is used? The value of the asset acquired should be the spot rate on the date of the transaction. So the spot rate as of the date of the transaction is 0.80. Therefore, the final recorded value of the electric generator is 40,000 pesos. That's 0.80 multiplied by 50,000. 0.80 multiplied by 50,000. So number 14 is B as in boy. Next, number 15. The question is, by the settlement date, what is the total exchange gain or loss reported for the transaction if the two transaction method is used? The date of transaction, 0.75 ang rate. The date of settlement, the rate is 0.80. So the foreign exchange currency gain is 0.05. And then you multiply that by 200,000. The foreign exchange gain is equal to 10,000. You have now letter number 15 is letter A. 16, the question is, given the following exchange rates, what gain or loss would the Philippine record on or the Philippine company, a Philippine manufacturer, record on December 31 X4? So in number 16, the answer is letter D. Date of transaction, December 15. The rate was 0.60. The balance sheet date on December 31. The rate is 0.65. So you have now the foreign exchange gain of 0.05. You multiply that by 80,000. You get the foreign exchange currency gain of 4,000. So the answer to number 14 is letter, or number 16. The answer is D. 17, in the December 31, 20 X4 income statement, what amount should Hughes report as foreign exchange gain from this transaction? So in number 17, you now have the date of transaction, November 30. You have 1.65. The balance sheet date, 1.62. So the foreign exchange currency gain is 0.03. You multiply that by 300,000. You have now a gain in number 17 equal to letter B in number 17. In number 18, the question is, in the year in which the sale was made, that was 20x5, what amount should WALD report as foreign exchange gain or loss? So we have now the date of transaction, November 30. We have 1.49. The balance sheet date, 1.45. So we have now the gain of 0.04 multiplied by 500,000. The foreign exchange currency gain is for number 18. It's letter B, 20,000. Next, in number 19, question, what amount of gain or loss did Karen experience on the 50,000 FCs she held during her visit and converted to pesos at the departure date? So number 19, the answer is a loss equal to 4 pesos. At the date of arrival, it's 1,000 pesos divided by 480,000 FC. At the date of arrival, 1 peso, 1,000. 1,000 divided by 480,000 FC. So you get 0.00208. 0.00208 in pesos. The date of departure, we divide 100 by 50,000 FC. 100 pesos divided by 50,000 FC. So the rate is 0.00200. 0.00200. So the foreign exchange currency loss per FCU is 0.00008. So apat ka zeros, 8 sa punta. And you multiply that by 50,000. The foreign currency exchange loss is 4 pesos. In number 19, the answer is A. In number 20, the question is, the foreign exchange gain or loss on means records at year end for this transaction will be, in number 20, the answer is boy. You have a gain of 500. So as of the date of transaction, the rate was October 1. It was 1 peso and 20 centavos. On the balance sheet date, December 31, it was 1.10. So the foreign currency gain per LCU is 0.10. 0.10. You multiply that by 5,000, you get the foreign exchange currency gain of 500. So number 20 is boy. Number 21, the foreign exchange gain or loss on means records at year end for this transaction will be. Number 21 is D as in dog. 460 is taken by multiplying 0.02 by 23,000. 0.02 multiplied by 23,000. How did we get 0.02? Date of transaction, November 2, the rate was 1.08. The balance sheet date, it was 1.10. So the foreign exchange currency gain is 0.02. You multiply that by 23,000. In number 21, we get letter D as in dog. So we have the amount or the value of 460. 460. Next, number 22. Number 22. The question is, what entry is required to revalue foreign currency payable to peso equivalent value on October 10? Okay, so in number 22, what is the entry? Now, how do we compute in number 22? Okay, in number 22, we now have the date of transaction, September 3, 17,000 pesos divided by 0.85 pesos. 17,000 pesos divided by 0.85 pesos Japon. So we get 20,000 FC. The rate is 0.85. The date of settlement on October 10, the rate was 0.90. So 0.90 deduct 0.85, you get the foreign currency exchange loss of 0.05 and then you multiply that by 20,000, you get your foreign currency exchange loss in the amount of 1,000. So the entry that we have now in number 22 is to debit foreign currency transaction loss and credit to accounts payable. Kung may loss, naga-increase ang accounts payable. Kung may loss. Kung may loss, naga-decrease ang accounts receivable. So the entry number 22 is letter A. Now we go to numbers 23 to 25. In number 23, what journal entry would Imperial make on December 31, 20x4 to revalue foreign currency payable? two equivalent peso value. So in number 23, the date of transaction was December 5. You get 0.265. On the balance sheet date, December 31, you get 0.262. 0.262 deducted from 0.265, you have a difference of 0.003. That's your foreign exchange currency gain, 0.003. So you multiply that by the number of FC of 100,000, you get the foreign exchange currency gain of 300. So we now debit it's a gain. So it will decrease accounts payable. Kung loss, it will increase. So now we have a gain, so we debit accounts payable and credit foreign currency gain of 300. So number 23 is letter A. 24, what journal entry would Imperial make on January 10, 20x5 to revalue foreign currency payable to equivalent peso value? So we now have on the balance sheet date December 31, the rate of 0.262. On the date of the settlement, which is January 10, the rate is 0.264. So there's a difference of 0.002. It's a loss. You multiply that by 100,000, you get the foreign exchange currency loss in the amount of 200,000. So the answer to number 24 is D, debit to foreign currency transaction loss. It increases accounts payable. In number 25, what was the overall foreign currency gain or loss on the accounts payable transaction? Foreign exchange currency gain in number 25 is 300. Okay? 300 or in number 23. In number 24, you got a loss of 200. So the overall gain is a net amount of 100. Or another solution in number 25 is on the date of the transaction, December 5, the rate was 0.265. Date of settlement, January 10, the rate is 0.264. So you get a difference of 0.001. You multiply that by 100,000. The foreign exchange currency gain is correct to be 100 pesos. Okay, now the last two numbers, 26 and 27. In 26, the question is the resulting loss on December 31, 20x4. The answer is B. Any gain or loss on foreign currency should be considered as ordinary. So it's included as component of income from continuing operations. In the number 27, the answer again is D, a loss of 3,846. Actually, it's 3,850, nearest to 3,846. The date of transaction, April 8. So you get the rate of 1 divided by 0.65. So on April 8, the rate was computed by dividing 1 by 0.65. So you get 1.54. On the date of the settlement, May 8, you divide 1 by 0.70. So you get 1.43. The foreign exchange currency loss is 0.11. 0.11 you multiply by 35,000. So we have the loss equal to 3,850 nearest to number letter D. Okay, I'll give the rest of the answers. Number 28 dog, 29E, 30 boy. Okay, will you get the answers? 30 boy, 31A, 32C, 33E, 34A, 35 dog, 36 dog, 37 dog, 38 dog, 39 boy, and 40A, 41 boy, 42 boy, 43A, 44C, 45 boy, 46 dog, 47 boy, 48A, 49 dog, 50 dog, 51 boy, 52 boy, 53A, 54C, 55A, 56B, 57 dog, 58A, 59 dog, 60 dog, 61 boy, 62 dog, 63A, 64B, 65B, 66D, 67, 68A. Okay? Now you study the problems and the solutions, and I have to tomorrow I will begin with module number 13. No? After entertaining your questions in chapter 6. Okay? So soon will end. Anybody who was not around when I check the attendance, now please, if you are here already, say present. Diin, sino absent? Today is 13. Sinong wala? Toledo. Toledo. May kadagyapon. Okay? Oh, see you tomorrow. Hello?
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Door. Yan na. Ligo ka. Nag-ilis ka na. Ligo ka na.